Yes, guys, welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we got your Chelsea vs Everton interview reaction. This is going to be interesting. So, Enzo Maresca did have his interview today before tomorrow's match against Everton. He brought up comments. He mentioned stuff about Jamie Vardy, injury news, and there's a few beats that came out this morning, what I'll bring up at the end. But we'll start off with Jamie Vardy's we'll start off with his comments on Jamie Vardy. Now, he's not linked to Chelsea. He did confirm that. Yes, he did speak to Jamie Vardy, but it was not about Chelsea. So, he said, for sure, no doubt, I feel very proud to share part of my journey with Jamie. I always consider him one of the best nines in the past 25 years, not only England, but everywhere. Now, I'm not going to reflect on this too much. It's Jamie Vardy, it's not really Chelsea related, but he has been one of the best number 9s for England, 100%. In the past 25 years? More? No. Probably not that. Probably not that much of a stretch. Do you disagree with the in the world section of that? And then he also did bring up, again, his reflection on the progress made and the improvements. He said this: to say that this season has already been a good season compared to the last two, it does not mean we won't try to finish in the top 5. It's our target. Our target is Champions League. We are going to try to finish in the right way. Now, the goal is Champions League. Enzo Maresca says once again. He also does bring up later on how he asked them himself how many times has Chelsea been in the top 5 in the last 2 seasons, top 4. How many times have Chelsea finished in the top 4 in the last 2 seasons, which is 0, by the way, 6th and 12th. So he does go on and talk about that. Then he also brings up Romeo Lavia. He was on the bench versus Fulham. He is back and training. With Romeo, we are trying the same thing with Reece. We need to teach him step by step. So he has confirmed that Romeo Lavia is going to be on the bench tomorrow. He will not be starting, most likely. And he'll probably get minutes tomorrow. And then he also gets asked about Mark Yu and the chances of him returning. Enzo Maresca and Mark Yu. Mark Yu is close. Hopefully 1 or 2 weeks he can be with us for the final part of the season. Now this is going to be big for us because right now Nicholas Jackson is in poor form. Our only other valid striker options were and are Nkunku, Tyreek George, Pedro Neto. 2 of them are wingers. One of them is a cam / false 9. But Nkunku doesn't really suit the number 9 in the system. Hence why we're really crying out for Mark Yu return. Enzo Maresca or Malo Gusto. Malo is injured, but it does not look important. He is already running. And doing things outside. He will not be available for tomorrow. Hopefully the next one. So he has confirmed that Malo Gusto will probably return for next week, where we face, I think it's Liverpool. So he has confirmed he'll be back for Liverpool. Mark Yu will be back within the next 1 or 2 weeks. 3 weeks even. Enzo Maresca on the vision of the club. And the overall perspective. He says, as a manager, the club, we will have a vision. We are in the right direction. Hopefully we can be there very soon. He then gets asked about how he's enjoyed his time at Chelsea. Since this will be his 50th game in charge. He goes on to say, personally very happy with my first 50 games. I learned many things. To play every 3 days, different competitions, it's been a journey of learning. We've had some bad moments, some good moments. We addressed at the beginning of the vision. Once again, bringing up this vision, what the hierarchy and the management is looking at and what they are pushing for. He then goes on to say about the fan frustration. He says, I can understand. We are trying to keep them happy. The fans are the same. They were thinking Chelsea is back, showing they are happy. Now we are not winning the same amount of games. They are showing that they are not happy. Which is true. We were winning a lot of games earlier on in the season. We were top 2, top 3. Now we are struggling to hold on to top 5. Going into the back end of the season. Winning these games is going to be really important for us as a club. Now, Enzo Maresca has been brought in to play possessive football. And he's obviously going to do what he's been brought in for. Which I understand. Now, whether the hierarchy wanted an inverted fullback and all this, I don't know. But he's been brought in to play a set way of football. He's implementing that set way of football. And eventually we'll get some really good progress with it. We'll start winning trophies with it, I'm pretty sure. Enzo Maresca then got asked about Nkunku and the price and him being left out, etc. Enzo Maresca says, since day one, I tried to do my best for the club. Any decision I take is for the best of the club. I know Christo Nkunku cost a lot and ties from the academy. I'm here to take these kind of decisions. When he says further on Nkunku, yeah, he's in the squad. He has been good, he's training well in this moment. If he's in the squad, one offensive player has to be out. That's probably Ty versus Fulham. We decided Malo is out, so we can bring another one on or in. Enzo Maresca on the players working hard for the fans. He said, I said many times, the players are working hard every day to bring this club where it has to be. The journey has just started. Now this is a new journey, new ownership. Obviously this will take time. There will be ups and downs, especially since this is a young squad. Obviously the lack of experience is a questionable choice by the ownership, but it will eventually work out in the next 5 to 10 years. Enzo Maresca on if Chelsea not qualifying for the Champions League will be a failure. I've already answered this one a few times compared to the last two years. It is not a failure. How many times in the last 2 years have Chelsea been in the UCL? How many? 0. How many times has Chelsea been in the UCL this season? A lot. We want to finish there. Obviously, I didn't get the whole tweet up because the whole quote didn't really get the chance to screenshot the actual full quote, but you get where he's coming from. He's saying that there's a lot of progress. Since last season, we were obviously not doing great, roaming from 12th to 6th. Now we're roaming from 6th to 4th. Which is progress. I see where he's coming from. He's not wrong. We have been lackluster the last 2 seasons. There's improvement this season. And we hope that within the next 2-3 years we can be competing for titles that we should be doing every single season. Now, he also let me just try to find this quote. Enzo Maresca on the touchline ban and where he can be sitting. Enzo Maresca says, "They are going to show me this afternoon a few places where I can sit when I can decide. It was just instinct to celebrate in that moment, and I need to think a little more. I feel sorry because I like to be there on the touchline tomorrow." That's basically everything. Obviously, there was a few other quotes, what he did say about from day one he's seen progress, etc. Couldn't get the full quote out for that, but that's pretty much everything. I'm going to be doing this every single week, I think. I'll see how reviews go on this, and then I'll see if I want to continue it. I mean, I'd rather do it like this anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy this show content. Now, personally, I think Maresca handled this interview quite well. Come on, like, you can't really blame him if the journalists are asking questions what they asked 10 times this season. Him having to reiterate it another 10 times isn't really on his fault. So I can't blame him for getting asked these questions. I think getting asked about Jamie Vardy was not a great idea before the Everton game. Obviously I can see why they asked him that, because he worked with him at Leicester last season, etc, etc. Now, in terms of briefs, the briefs have been coming out that Badiashile, Colwill, Tosun, Fofana, Josat Champong is going to all start the club guaranteed next season. In terms of players next to the club, they are listening to a fish for Renato Vega, Caliber, and there's one more who I really can't think of. Disassi, there you are. And then in terms of loans, Anselmino is expected to get sent out on loan. Mo and then Shah is meant to be sent back to Strasbourg on loan for next season to continue his development. Esteban Willian also said that the reason why he chose Chelsea over the likes of Bayern Munich and all that is because Chelsea really believed in his potential, and he liked the project presented to him, and he believes it is going to be the right decision over other clubs who are interested, which were quite a few actually. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys did enjoy this. I'm getting this up quite quickly, so because I'm going out, and yeah, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and peace.